And off the top at 6 o'clock tonight, a suspect behind bars. Police say he is the Flint serial slasher.
He destroyed 5 lives, but he destroyed a lot of families. It's going to affect me, my daughter, and him for the rest of our lives.
He's charged with 1 assault, but more charges are coming. Police arrested 33-year-old Elias Abdulazam in Atlanta as he waited to board a flight to his native Israel.
Tonight we are tackling this big story from a couple of angles, how the arrest went down and who is this guy?
We start tonight with 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgie at the live desk. He has more on the crime and how he was caught. Joe?
Yes, Sue, police believe Elias Abdulazam is responsible for 18 stabbings, 14 of them in Flint. 5 of those cases turned fatal. News of his arrest is what people in Flint, as well as people in communities in 2 other states, have been hoping for.
The suspect in the 14 stabbing assaults in our community has been apprehended.
With that, Genesee County prosecutor David Layton laid out how Elias Abdulazam got caught. The victims, African-American men, walking in deserted areas late at night. The suspect pulled up in a vehicle asking for help, drawing them to the vehicle and stabbing them. The attacks began earlier in the summer.
When we began to see the pattern emerge in late July, that's when everybody said, well, this is what we have.
Abdulazam was working at a Flint area party store. One day he up and left, telling people he was going to Virginia. One of the attacks happened there, another in Toledo, Ohio. The prosecutor says electronic evidence put Abdulazam in all 3 places. That evidence, his vehicle description, and information from surviving victims brought major breaks in the case. And there were smaller ones as well.
The assailant was wearing a white T-shirt with a New Amsterdam Gin logo on the front of the T-shirt. Investigators also learned that Mr. Abdulazam was given one of those same T-shirts earlier.
Abdulazam was arrested without incident last night in Atlanta. The prosecutor is still waiting to find out if he'll have to have him extradited to Michigan.
At this point, we don't have any evidence that there was anybody working with him at all.
They also don't have evidence of a motive. All the victims are African American.
However, we don't have any other evidence that suggests it's racially motivated. I'm not saying it's not. But what I'm saying is that without more evidence, I'm not going to make that statement.
And as we just said, just 1 charge, charging Abdulazam with assault with intent to murder. That's for a July 27th stabbing in Flint. That is the only one that has been issued. Layton says additional charges are in the works.
24-hour News 8's Henry Erb is taking this story even further.
Yep, Henry, we're learning the suspect is an Israeli citizen who's been living in the U.S. for a little while.
He is an Israeli citizen. He's been working in this country on a green card. He's worked in Flint, where 14 of the stabbings happened. He worked for about a month at the Kingwater Market in Mount Morris Township outside of Flint. He reportedly quit August 1st. Investigators have been at that party store and looked at security videos. The owner, Abdullah Farah, said nobody ever suspected him and that he was a good guy.
Signs, nothing that, no violence, no arguing with the customers, no fighting, no kind of hostility. He was a big muscular guy, but very nice, very polite.
Abdulazam also lived for years in Leesburg, Virginia, where 3 attacks occurred last week. He was arrested last week also on a traffic stop about 30 miles away in Arlington. And police found a knife in a pocket of the driver's side door and a hammer on the floor of his Chevy Blazer. Although police there knew he was wanted back in Leesburg on a simple assault warrant not connected to the stabbings, a magistrate released him on bond. He's been convicted in Virginia of lying on a handgun permit for failing to disclose a low-level felony in Florida. He was also charged with a misdemeanor assault in a family-related incident in 2008. He has an ex-wife in Texas who told the Associated Press that she was shocked by the allegations.